Hi, I'm Drew Barrymore, and I want to tell you how you can help to support the life-saving work of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. When you give, you're helping ensure families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live. This holiday, help St. Jude give children the greatest gift, a chance at a lifetime.
This holiday, help St. Jude find more cures for more children. Donate now at musicgives.org.
The best of the morning
X 99X.
This is the original. This is 99X. It's Barnes and Leslie. Dr. Taz here in studio. Center Springs MD is her operation over on Dresden in Atlanta. And you guys have so much going on we want to get into with men's health. First of all, thanks for coming in studio. We appreciate it.
Excited to be here. It's an important topic. Important.
A wealth of information. And you're how do you separate integrative medicine from what just, Joe Blow goes into just his doctor? Like what? Just so some people, even I don't fully understand it. How could you summarize the differences?
Definitely. And I love that question because I think there's so much confusion. Integrative medicine is simply taking everything you already know in conventional medicine, right, which you get in a regular doctor's office, but combining it now with different systems of medicine, bringing the functional medicine, ideology into it, and really taking this mind, body, spirit approach. And, we believe, in fact, we're rebranding, by the way, to Whole Plus, which we're super excited about. So the clinics will be Whole Plus, the show is Whole Plus, everything's Whole Plus. But that was purposeful because we just realized that we are dealing with the whole person. We're a one-stop shop. We're not saying your emotions don't impact, what's going on with you physically. We see that in lab work day in and day out. We're saying that, your body is telling a story. We want to understand that story. And we really believe that healing journeys need to be charted and mapped, and you need a quarterback. And this sort of let's go here for this and let's go here for that is so fragmented and so confusing to the patient and to the consumer that it's creating chaos. So we are trying to solve that problem.
I think it's important to point out, and I should have pointed this out at the top of this is not a paid advertisement. I just want you to know.
Not at all.
We invited Dr. Taz here because she knows what the hell she's talking about, and I think that a lot of men want to know these things. So I just thought it's important to say this is not an ad in any shape or form.
Now, my husband sees a functional medical doctor as well, Dr. Taz, and he's actually getting ready to go through a detox. He's very health conscious. But just talking now, men listening, just talk a little bit about the most common root causes of health issues with men and how you deal with that in your practice.
And I think specifically middle-aged men, like me and like probably the dude listening right now and like Crash who's in the other room, I think that's a big focal point.
Yeah, it's interesting with men. You guys don't have a warning sign like a menstrual cycle to tell you when you're getting in trouble or when something's off. So a lot of you kind of wait until the wheels come off before you show up at the doctor's
drop a leg. I gotta do something.
So one of my big, missions is hey, how can we get men in this conversation earlier? And one of the things we're seeing, either because of the environment or because of the stress levels, whatever we want to blame, is that testosterone levels in men are dropping rapidly and earlier than they used to even a decade ago or 2 decades ago. And the fallout of those low testosterone levels is something that men don't realize at first. You don't notice it at first, but the fallout is things like, okay, I'm more tired, I'm more irritable, I'm starting to gain weight, I'm starting to get belly fat, and then it progresses to being issues with just, overall energy, the ability to perform in the bedroom, all muscle mass, weight gain, and it kind of escalates. And then as it escalates, we start to get all the cardiometabolic stuff, right? So that's the heart disease, the high cholesterol, the high blood sugar, and that in turn triggers more inflammation. And as that inflammation goes up, that starts to look like more stuff. So if I had to pull all the way back, right, and say, what do I want to tell men? I would tell them, first of all, let's start really tracking things like your hormone levels and your nutrient levels and your gut health earlier. I would say even men in their 20s need to know this, but once you hit 30, 40, you should absolutely know these numbers so we know the trajectory that you're on.
And you track them how often? If you were to track, or I don't track, so if I was tracking, how often and what would I do? I'd give you blood. You would tell me, hey, here's your package of hormones. Here's what's happening.
I would say you can do basic blood work once or twice a year. We don't have to make this hard.
But then that tells you, then what do you do to offset when
There's
you see?
a whole plan. When you are seeing, and again, we want to identify the root, right? Everyone has a story. But let's just generalize that everybody out there is running low in testosterone. Where we start when we take an integrative, holistic, or functional medicine approach is we start with the gut. Because when the gut is starting to fall apart, that's when hormone production starts to go down. So the gut becomes a starting point almost universally for everybody. The second thing we really like to look at is cortisol.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, because most men want to, they come in and they're like, I'm low testosterone, or we tell them they're low testosterone, and they're like, where's my testosterone shot, right? That's the first answer.
But isn't that dangerous?
That's super dangerous.
Right, that's what I thought.
It really unglues me, to be 100% honest, that everyone thinks that, a testosterone shot is the answer to everything. Because, first of all, testosterone can coagulate, meaning make your blood stickier and
it's
thicker.
Really risky, yeah.
And so it's risky when we've got this epidemic, right, of cardiometabolic disease where so many men have high cholesterol levels, high blood sugar levels, and then we're giving them testosterone. So everything's about finding that sweet spot. So starting with the gut, what do we need to clean out? What foods do we need to take away? How do we balance the microbiome? And then managing cortisol, how do we bring those cortisol levels back into balance? Those are critical.
That's so interesting.
Family Matters amplifies the loudest and the proudest political voices in the Black community today.
What's up, guys? I'm CJ Pearson. There's so many incredible perspectives here in the Black community that you're going to hear from each and every week. This is exactly what the mainstream media was missing.
Because faith matters, country matters, and family matters.
And I actually talk to the people at the forefront of this change in the community. And by the way, it's no small number. It's growing every single day. That's why this moment matters.
Family Matters with CJ Pearson. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
We're talking to Dr. Taz, of course, a pioneer in holistic and integrative medicine. Step one, it might seem a little overwhelming if somebody is coming in with the whole gut health issue.
Right.
Are there some 1-2 basic things that men can start with to help with their gut health issues?
Absolutely. And let's start with just the 101, some of which I'm going to lose some fans here in a second. But, let's start with alcohol. Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah, I mean, look, as you get older, it gets harder and harder to just get up.
It's so hard on the gut, and it's so hard on the liver. And I fly a lot like you do, and I see men everywhere like pounding away, at 6 o'clock in the morning. That alcohol load is doing so much damage to gut health and is the number one reason I see for testosterone levels to drop so rapidly. The alcohol.
Wow.
So if we can start to peel back on some alcohol, that's a great starting point for men. I would say that's number one. Number two is like just looking at food quality in general. And 80% of the time, right? We don't want to, none of us are perfect, myself included, but at least 80% of the time, trying to pick real food, trying to pick whole food, filling up your plate when you're going to eat, at least half of it is fruits and vegetables. And the proteins and the meats, this whole vegan movement, whatever you think about veganism is up to you. Different things work for different people. But for the meat eaters, they need to watch their portions of meat. We need the protein, but again, I see men over consuming meat. I would say start there. And really, that is supporting the gut. From there, we can look at more, of course, depending on your bandwidth, but those are good starting points.
Okay, Dr. Taz, here's the one thing that people chase, and I'm guilty of it, and I did an experiment. So every, I don't know what month, I find you see some video that persuades you that you need a certain supplement.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you're spending $300 a month on crap you don't even know what it's doing. So I went on your website.
Yep.
And about, 10 days ago, and I ordered something called Boost.
Yes.
Now, I just read the paragraph, and this is not an endorsement. I paid for it with my own money, and I started taking it 10 days ago.
Okay.
I don't even know what I'm doing. But for the point of, first of all, talk on supplements and what you do and don't need. Second of all, what am I putting in my body that I just bought from you? Because all I know is I read a paragraph, energy, and all that.
Well, did it work?
I don't know yet.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. I don't know what's. I mean,
We'll
I guess.
You know.
Can you tell I'm a little hyper right now? So maybe that's what it is.
Why don't you get back to me?
Exactly.
Boost, by the way, is a hero product. I've run out of Boost a couple times in the clinics, and it's been like, where is it?
Really?
Is it coming back?
Wow.
I need it. I'm like, I'm so sorry. We're working on it. Well, okay, let's talk about supplements, because this is something, we believe in them. We believe in high quality supplements, but in a targeted way. All right. I have so many patients, so many consumers coming in with bags of stuff that they try and they experiment with, and they're just like you. They're like, I don't know if it's working. I just bought this on my own. This is why our approach matters, right? You want a targeted approach. We want to identify what is your main issue and then build a plan around that. First of all, no one should be on more than about 5 or 6 supplements at a time, right? Even our team, we're trying to educate to bring it in.
Well, that's good to know. I got to bring a bag into you and tell me what to throw away.
It's too much. If you're taking more than about 5 or 6, you're sort of not being targeted and efficient with your supplementation. Secondly, supplements do work as long as they are what they say they are. You've got a lot of products that aren't what they say they are. They haven't been vetted. They haven't been tested. And the physician community kind of puts up this instant, okay, don't do it at all, which is not really the answer. But then you've got everybody else out here hawking a supplement of some kind.
All over TikTok.
All over everything.
Your husband got me to buy 2 things, Leslie. Like some stress thing and some.
Well, I take a lot of stress stuff,
and they might be great.
Ashwagandha.
Yeah, ashwagandha.
I don't
is
take
amazing.
that. I don't know what that is.
But are you on the right amount? Are you on the right product? Is it the right source? This is sort of why I'm so passionate about the work we do, because we bring this messaging together, right? Yes, you can do supplements, but let's look at dosing. Let's look at sourcing. Let's make sure it's a good quality product that's actually going to work for you. And you're doing great on ashwagandha, but somebody else shouldn't be on ashwagandha. So it's again teasing all all of that out.
The supplements. Go get some
blood work. No, Dr. Taz, right now.
I should. Can you just do it right now? Can you drink?
Go ahead.
Okay.
And bring the kit.
We're going to take a break. Dr. Taz is here. Man, take advantage of this. That's what we're doing because she knows a lot. And we're talking men's health. More with Dr. Taz when we return. This is 99X.
The best of the Morning X.
99X.
Check out the podcast that inspired Taylor Sheridan's latest series, Landman.
There's a stretch of road in an oil-rich region of West Texas. This region of West Texas, known as the Permian Basin, is in the midst of the biggest oil boom in history. This is a story of roughnecks, billionaire wildcatters, and wannabe dreamers. My name is Christian Wallace. From Texas Monthly and Imperative Entertainment, this is Boomtown.
Boomtown.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.